Hello, hello, hello. I was distracted for a moment there. Distracted. Closing windows. Where are we? Oh yeah, coffee time. That was it. Where we look at the news via the medium that is the Daily Mail website. Everyone loves the Daily Mail website. What we got? What we got? Oh, Prince Harry's in trouble. Again, it's a bit of a stretch, this one, but who remembers Puff Daddy? Well, he's Diddy now, isn't he? Sean Diddy Coombs, but he was Puff Daddy once back in the day. Well, anyway, there's some legal issues going on between Puff Daddy and record producer Rodney, Little Rod Jones. You plonker, Rodney. And yeah, the authorities raided Puff Daddy's, or P Diddy. I've gone down a rabbit hole here. His homes, because he's being sued over sex trafficking parties and all manner of stuff. And this producer says that Prince Harry legitimised P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, legitimised him by attending his parties. Yeah, and this is to do with a £30 million lawsuit that Rodney Jones has brought, and and Harry's been named in the US court documents. So and I mean it's a long time ago. Look at that, it's a long time ago. That's young Has with Kanye. Well, he's called Jay. He's just called Jay now. That's back in 2007. So yeah, this was. Oh dear. So yes, and this was Homeland Security raiding Sean Combs's Miami home, looking for evidence in the case. So will Harry be forced to attend court? I don't know. I don't care. I just find it amusing that he's been named in a sex trafficking lawsuit. Is he the new Jeffrey Epstein? I bet Andrew's on the phone saying, "Look, I'm your uncle. I've got experience in these matters," but not in a good way. Meanwhile, this is more evidence that we live in strange anti-Semitic times. We go to Manchester Airport, and two Israelis, were coming into the country, and they are Daniel and Neri Sharabi. Here they are, and they were given a rather hard time by the border agencies. There is video footage, but I'm just going to show you these are the border agents that were giving them a hard time. And the two brothers want an apology from the British government over the way they were treated. Now they're in the country to promote, I think it's a charity that they work for, and they were pulled over and stopped. And Mr. Sharabi says, he says, they just started asking us what we came here to do, and I said that I survived the October 7th massacre, and I'm here to share my stories. Indeed, both brothers were at the Nova concert, and we're in the country as part of a charity to talk about what happened there. He said the second I mentioned that, he just flipped. From that moment, he just started to interrogate us. He told us to sit over there, don't move, we need to interrogate you. And Mr. Sharabi added, they just started asking us a lot of weird questions. If we're in the Israeli army, how long we serve, what we do. In the end, they didn't find anything, and the cops started getting angry and mad because they got nowhere. I said to him, why are you doing this? Is this because I'm a Jew? And then he got crazy and said, shut the F up. I'm the boss. You are listening. So then he added, I just shut my mouth and realised if I said anything more, he might arrest me. he said, I realise now people are so brainwashed, I don't feel safe. And yeah, the two brothers were at the Nova concert when it was attacked by Hamas, and they're in the country to talk about it on behalf of a charity. And yeah, we both have PTSD. I'm hoping this kind of experience doesn't bring the horror of that day. So yeah, but he's demanding an apology from the government, and again, those people need to the people with the border agencies who are dealing with this need to, again, should be a bit more sensitive about these things. He added, "This is the first time in the country and my last time. I don't want to feel this way again." I think he thought in the beginning that I was a Muslim because he asked me what my religion was. After I said I was a Jew, everything changed, and I could see it in his face. Now, they've got no right to be. This is a private matter, surely. But yeah, James Cleverly, the Home Secretary, is dealing with this. He says he's going to be investigating. He tweeted that out. Here we go. Here he is, and here is his tweet saying, "We are investigating this." But what a bad welcome to the country. But I guess, if they were Hamas or fresh in from Palestine, they've probably been waved through without any problem. Because Manchester's it's a bit of a strange place, like that. But yeah, these are the times we live in. These are the times. Why can't we all just get along? Why can't we all just get along? Bad news for you pizza lovers out there. Papa John's is going to be shutting 43 underperforming restaurants. Now, the thing about Papa John's is it looks like pizza, but I don't know. It just smells and tastes a bit odd. Don't you? Just not to my taste. I've had a few of those in the past, and I could never. More of a Domino's or Pizza Hut. Those are the two go-to if I'm getting a pizza delivered. But I don't know what it is about Papa John's. But yeah, they've got a great big. They've got a big list here. Shall I read through them for you? There's a big list. We'll go 43 to 1. Wimbledon, Witton, Watford, St Albans, Upminster, Tunbridge Wells, Stoke Newton, St Helens, Southport, Sittingbourne, Scunthorpe, Runcorn, Ruislip, Rotherham, Rochdale, Redhill, Putney, Penge, Peacehaven, Packham, Northwood Hills, Mottingham, Middlesbrough, West Derby Road, Liverpool, Leeds, Meanwood, Lancaster, Horsham, Hendon, Harrogate, Haringey, Hailsham, Eastbourne, East Grinstead, East Dulwich, Durham, Doncaster, Darlington, Cricklewood, Coulsdon, Bromley, Billericay, Bexhill, Bevington and Barnsley. There we go. So if you live in any of those areas, no more Papa John's for you. There you go. It's a big shame, isn't it? Now, this is a story. We're going to. This is in Maryland, and I'm just waiting for it to come around again because this is a shocking piece of footage. A cargo ship crashes into a bridge, bringing it down, plunging a number of vehicles into the water. And I reckon 20 victims are there. Yeah, this is in Baltimore, in Maryland. Yeah, they reckon 20 people plunged into the Patapasco River after the Singaporean flagged cargo ship crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Governor Wes Moore has declared a state of emergency. The Dali, which like I said was from Singapore, was 20 minutes into its journey when it slammed into the support column of the bridge. Nobody knows what led to the crash. But video shows the ship going dark seconds before the collision, suggesting there was a power failure on board. The crew of 22 remain on board and now being questioned by the Coast Guard. In the meantime, airline authorities are using sonar detection to search for vehicles that plunged into the 47-degree Fahrenheit water. I mean, it's again in daylight. You can really see the damage. I mean, it's just absolutely horrific. Here we go. It's another one. It's brought it all down. I mean, good job it didn't happen like at rush hour or when there were more people on the bridge. But I mean, that's the only thing you can be thankful for, but hopefully they can find the people. If there are any survivors, it doesn't sound good, but yeah, there's the timeline of events when it hit the bridge, and again, a real shocker, that one. An absolute shocker. What else have we got? Meanwhile, this is a follow-up to yesterday's story. Do you remember we was talking about the Moscow attack by ISIS, and how one of the attackers was forced to eat his own ear after it was cut off? Well, good news. If you're a fan of the Russian soldier who did this, who did this to Sadakrami Aracha Baladzoda, these names, right? If you're a fan of that soldier, right? Well, he's auctioning off the knife that he used. Yes, this is the knife. This is the knife that cut off the ear that the guy was forced to eat. And yeah, and again, this is how he looked afterwards. He's thinking, I hope that ear doesn't repeat on me. Pardon? Don't write any of this, you know. So yeah, you can get it. It's on auction. He's got it on auction. I don't know if it's on eBay. Where is it? This is on a Telegram channel called Topaz Says. That's a neo-Nazi. Apparently these are neo-Nazis. I thought Russia was against neo-Nazis, but yeah, neo-Nazis. Yay. Yeah, the knife is up for auction with no starting bid. So, and they would send part of the funds to a charity account for the victims of the attack. But yeah, there's a bid of 10,000 rubles, which is about 85 pence. So it's still time. There's still time if you want to buy the knife. That's grim, isn't it? Meanwhile, it's a bit embarrassing. It's a bit embarrassing for Dishi Rishi, because I don't know if you remember, he brought back David, Call Me Dave Cameron into the. I'm not calling him Lord Cameron. No, I'm going to call him Davy Cameron. But he brought him back into parliamentary duty as Foreign Secretary, right? But it's a bit embarrassing. Here he is, his action, Dave. Look at him in action. Look, he's thinking, if only I hadn't allowed them to vote in the Brexit referendum. It was all my fault. He's thinking. That's what happens when you let people decide. But yeah, the thing is now that Cameron's back, they reckon he's kind of taken over. And one politician actually referred to him as Prime Minister, forgetting that he quit the role back in 2016. Do you remember Davy Boy Cameron said, "Don't worry, folks, I'm going to lead you through. You know, if we leave, I'm going to lead you." And then the next day it was like, "I'm out. You voted to leave. I'm gone." And I cheered the screen. I went, "Yes," because that's what I voted for. But yeah, so they reckon that he's kind of moving in behind the scenes, and here he is. Here he is with little Dishi Rishis going, "David, can I be Prime Minister now?" No, Rishi. So yeah, this is it. They reckon that Cameron is kind of coming back, and has got quite a bit of power now, and influence, because he has credibility, because he was an elected Prime Minister. All that kind of stuff's important. But enough of the political flim-flam. What you want to know is the top 20 most calorific Easter eggs. Oh, excellent. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Right, should we do it in reverse order? God, there's loads. Oh my God. This could take a while. I think I've gone and done a wrong one with this. I don't They just got like a top 10. They got a top 5. We'll do the top 5, right? So in at number 5 is the M&M's chocolate giant Easter egg. Here it is. And that contains 2,598 calories. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, that's the crispy milk chocolate giant Easter egg. Got to get it right, Darren. In at 4, Maltesers chocolate bunny giant Easter egg. That'll cost you a tenner. The last one is a tenner as well. That's 2,630 calories. And that looks like this. Yummy. Oh, I'll have that one, please. I won't. Galaxy milk chocolate caramel giant Easter egg. 2,684 calories, £12. A bit more expensive, that one. This is one for the ladies, isn't it? Everyone knows that Galaxy's for the ladies. It's not man's chocolate, is it? If you're a man, you eat Bourneville. Anyway, no, if you're a man, you eat Yorkie, which is in at number 2. Yorkie raisin and biscuit incredible egg, which is £12 and 2,689 calories. Raisin and biscuit, I must admit, I did have a weakness for that back in the day when I owned the shop. Oh, those were the days. Sharing Maltesers with Alex. And at number 1 is the Kit Kat Caramel Cookie Collision Incredible Egg, which is £10 and comes in at a whopping 2,691 calories. And yeah, I won't be having that one either. So yeah, it's all the extras you get with it, you know, because they include extra chocolate bars. That one's got a Kit Kat chunky caramel bar and a bag of Kit Kat cookie dough mini eggs. Jesus Christ, I can feel my diabetes getting worse just by looking at it. And yeah, the one with the lowest, because I've got the list here, is the Terry's chocolate orange Easter egg. Only 1,609 calories. There you go. So that's the one you need to go for if you're looking at try to look after your figures there. No. Meanwhile, Mr. Motivator. Who remembers Mr. Motivator? He was the handsome chap that used to do the fitness. Used to do the fitness on GMTV in the 90s. I guess he took over from Mad Lizzie Webb. Do you remember her, Mad Lizzie? Who remembers the Green Goddess? That was on the BBC version, wasn't it? But yeah, for those of you who are young or not in this country, in the UK, on breakfast television, which I never watched, we had fitness people trying to get you to move in the morning. It's like, no, fair. I can barely eat my breakfast, let alone move. But yeah, Mr. Motivator, here he is. Now he is 71 and he's looking good for it. He's looking good for it, old Mr. Motivator. But he's come out and said, you should be able to call people fat. I like the cut of his jib. Because he's motivating people. You see, that's his logic. He's a motivator. And if he goes, oi, fatty, fat, lose some weight, that will motivate them to put down the one of the many chocolate eggs I've mentioned earlier. But yeah, he said that people are too sensitive about their size and complain that they've been fat shamed. He said, in the body positivity era, everyone believes they have the right to be any size you want to be. But again, that can lead to obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, you name it. It's not good. And as somebody who's a type 2 diabetic, and I'm just a little bit overweight, literally, if I could lose about half a stone, I would be okay, but I'm just a little bit overweight now. I was very overweight a few years ago, but that's because I was looking after the kids. I wasn't moving much, but once they're older, I got moving around again. It's great, it's terrible childcare. It really is, because you spend all your time trying to stop the kids from killing themselves, and then at the end of the day, you think, oh, maybe I should go for a walk, and I'm too knackered. It was horrible. I have sympathy for all the mothers out there. I have great sympathy for them, because it wears you out. So that's what annoyed me. I could have understood it if I got diabetes when I was quite overweight. I mean, I was considerably, about 4 or 5 stone heavier than I am now, and I wasn't diabetic then because I went to the doctors and was tested, and I wasn't there. So Funny old guy. That was back in 2014, I think it was. 2013, 2014. But yeah, but yeah, he says, where is he? He says, you could prod someone in the belly. He says, you need to deal with that. But we're talking back in the early 90s. Now times have changed, and you don't do that because everyone should have the right to be any size they want to be. But I believe it is my job to say, listen, you can be a size 20 if you want, but you can be a fit 20. I don't know about that. I don't know if you can be a fit size 20. That's a myth, isn't it? Because you're still carrying away all that extra lumber, and you're not necessarily going to get your blood pressure down or your blood sugar down if you're a size 20. He also added that obesity levels and our diabetes levels in this country have gone through the roof. And it's gone through the roof because people have become lazy. We spend too much time in front of the television, and we don't actually think about the fact that we're a wonderful specimen. We need to look after that. So there you go. That's there he is. He's saying, I'm looking at you, fatty. There you go. That was in the younger days. That was when he was at the height of his influential powers. He's going to get cancelled. He's going to get cancelled for that. Good news, everybody. Who remembers Julian Assange? Do you remember Julian Assange? A lot of people, they love the Julian Assange. I'm not a fan. Some say he's a citizen journalist or a journalist. I don't think he is, because a journalist carefully goes through the information that they get from various sources, collate it and present it. He just dumped everything on the internet in an effort to destabilise governments, because he's a chaotic, and he used his influence to go around the world, stumping various ladies, which got him into trouble. But anyway, a lot of people like Julian Assange. That Roger Waters, he loves Julian Assange, doesn't he? I think Brian Eno does too. It's funny. There's a pattern here. He did the wiki. He's an Australian who did the WikiLeaks thing. He's also notable for getting all his celebrity friends, like what's her name, Jemima. Well, she was Jemima Khan back in the days, but to pay his bail, right, on the promise that he didn't run. And what did he do? He ran. He ran straight to the embassy, didn't he? The Ecuadorian embassy. He ran and lost all their bail money. And Jemima Khan said, I'm not his friend anymore. But anyway, they've been ruling on him today about his extradition to the US. But yeah, the High Court has ruled that the US must give assurances that Julian Assange will not face the death penalty before they dismiss his appeal, I think it is. This was announced today on a 66-page ruling. Dame Victoria Sharp said, before making a final decision on the application for leave to appeal, we will give the respondent an opportunity to give assurances. And you've got to remember what the big take is, that despite being in self-imposed exile in the Ecuadorian embassy, he managed to get his solicitor pregnant twice. He married her though. Here she is outside the Royal Courts of Justice. Because, being in self-imposed exile don't have to make you horny, didn't it? Here he is. Would you trust that man? Nope. But anyway, Julian Assange. Just say no. What else have we got? Meanwhile, get me Titchmarsh. Can you believe it? But Alan Titchmarsh, right, is very popular in North Korea. Yeah, apparently he's very, very popular in North Korea. His show. Which one is it? Which show is it? Alan Titchmarsh's Garden Secrets aired on Korean Central Television on Monday. However, they had to blur out some of the footage. I wonder why. Look, they've blurred out his jeans, because we know that jeans are a sign. It wasn't his cobblers. Don't be rude. They weren't blurring out the cut of his cobblers in his jeans. You're very rude. How dare you? You lower the tone. You lower it. You do. You do lower the tone. Yeah, it's because the gene is a symbol of Western capitalism. And here he is, uncensored. And you can really see the genes. You can really see the genes now. It's a bit like, reminds me of that Japanese porn that my friend told me about, where they censor everything and you can't see it. I wouldn't know. A friend told me. There you go. So yeah. So if you are imprisoned in North Korea, you can watch Alan Titchmarsh. That's good. It's good to know, isn't it? That'd be like torture, wouldn't it? Nothing worse than gardening. What else have we got? Oh my goodness. This is a bonkers story. I don't know if I'm just to see if we can get the footage up. Is there footage? Yes, there is, but I'm just waiting for it to load. It's quite a big clip. It's 2 minutes 11, and but it'll be. It's quite. Oops. It's quite a shocker. It's a car chase up in Norfolk. And yeah, it's a drunk driver in a stolen Land Rover, for a burglary, see? And the plod are after him. And he decides to give them the slip in a cornfield. Now, it's a bit like that. I expect the Keystone Cops music to be playing. Look at the police, they're absolutely clueless. And when this resolves itself, I don't think they'll show you how it resolves itself, but remember, this is he is a drunk driver with his son who've stolen this vehicle. And so they're making their getaway. Let's jump ahead, because I think there is there's a Nissan Juke coming up as he swerves. You see that car there? Yeah, the lady Asato Mabalo Baldi, she died because he crashed into her. Now the police had opportunities to stop this guy. And these two vermin. This is Marcin Jablonski from Carlton Colville near Lowestoft. I don't think he is, not with the name of Jablonski. Was 4 times over the drink drive limit, and he was being tracked by helicopter. And the lady who died. Let's talk about her instead. Unfortunately, she died in the collision. Now, you should be just try again. When you do this, you should be tried for murder. Yeah, the 44-year-old was jailed for 11 years yesterday after admitting causing the death by dangerous driving, having no insurance, causing death while disqualified, aggravated vehicle taken, and criminal damage. Again, Asato Mabalo Baldi, she died after suffering massive injuries when her car was flipped onto its roof and was declared dead at the scene. Poor woman. And the son who was in the car, Thomas Urbanek, he was given a 2-year jail term after he pled guilty to an aggravated vehicle taking. So here's the scumbag who did it, and it's his scumbag son. A pair of scumbags for you. There you go. Absolutely vile. And the police, you could have stopped them. You could have stopped them. You had the opportunity to stop them. There should be a bloody investigation into that. What else have we got? We got any funnies? Happier news. This is the story of Tawana Musvaburi from Buckingham. The 22-year-old, right, became concerned for her health when she became so tired she couldn't get out of bed, and something she just felt off. She didn't feel right, and she felt like she was dying. So she rushed to hospital. Yeah, she rushed to hospital, thinking she was dying. And here she is. This is shortly before her going to hospital, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, it turns out she was pregnant. Yeah. She hadn't experienced any pregnancy symptoms, didn't have a bump, any weight gain, morning sickness, and gave birth 4 weeks after finding out she was expecting a baby for the first time. And well, again, as you can see in that picture that I showed you, she was 7 months pregnant. Wow. And here she is with a little girl, River, who was born on the 27th of February last year. There we go. So there, a surprise delivery, I think you can call that, can't you? She said, I was living my life as a normal 20-year-old at the time, going out, drinking, partying, completely unaware that I was pregnant. I never gained any weight or experienced any other symptoms. When the nurse told me I was 8 months pregnant, I just kept thinking, it can't be my baby. I couldn't accept it. I didn't think I wanted to have children, so I was absolutely terrified. But yeah, it all began when she woke up one morning feeling so tired she couldn't get out of bed. She called her mother and told her she felt like something wasn't right and felt like she was dying. So her mother said, go to the hospital. She explained to the medics how she felt, and they sent her for an MRI scan. And that's how she had a baby. There you go. So what else have we got? Have I done enough yet? Very important story here, but unfortunately it's behind a paywall. The truth about holding in wind and how you can train your body to stop farting. A top dietitian's expert guide on how to beat excessive flatulence. I'll never know. The missus is looking at me in desperation. Please pay the subscription. Find out how you can stop your excessive farting, Darren. Look, I've been all right recently. The metformin, I'm all right. But sometimes it does happen. It does happen. Meanwhile, shoppers are furious. Why are now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of things. Shoppers are furious at Sainsbury's, right? Why? Because they've noticed that the supermarket classes a yoghurt as a main in their £3.50 meal deal, and have taken to social media to express their frustration. Yeah, they've gone on X. But yeah, they reckon that Sainsbury's is including the yoghurt pot with a granola and fruit compote as a main for well over a year. And I've only just noticed, so here are this is the meal deal of the Sainsbury's in Hackney Wick, East London. Let's get around. There you go. I wouldn't know about such things because it's been a long time since I bought a meal deal. And yeah, people are very upset. Damon says, worst meal deal ever. I just need a picture of him folding his arms. Whereas Debaza says, who in their right mind puts a yoghurt in their main meal deal? See, look, it's got it on the side there. Main meal deal. It's just wrong, isn't it? Piercy says, this can't be real. And Kizzy says, hi Sainsbury's, does this not encourage eating disorders? Who should be having a yoghurt as a main part of a meal? Well, I don't know. But the protein yogurts are also a main too. Okay, let's look at pots of yogurt. There we go. This is top quality content, and how meal deals have gone up. Oh my goodness. So yeah, does this affect you? please leave a delightful, fragrant comment in the comments box. I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. I caught that. I caught that just in time. Let's go to cursing the security camera, because, you know, I don't know about you, but security cameras are everywhere and they catch everything from robberies to cute animals to also our pratfalls and mistakes. And this happened in Croydon. This fellow was going to change the batteries on his security camera when he decided to take a shortcut rather than a stepladder. Here he is, and it was only going to end one way, wasn't it? It was only going to end with him toppling off. So that was caught on a Ring doorbell and happened earlier in the month. That's Matt Gentle from Croydon, and he fell into the bushes. There you go. So, got to be careful out there. Got to be careful. Stay indoors, folks. Don't want to go outside. What else have we got? We got any other funnies? Ooh. Meanwhile, let's file this one as the right kind of stupid. This is the story of Ian Nash, and he's a cyber forensics expert. Here he is. I guess that's his mugshot. Well, he's a big cyber forensics expert. Right? But the 46-year-old mistakenly handed in a personal hard drive, right? And then when he realised it, messaged his colleague saying, please wipe it, just wipe the drive, I've given you the wrong drive. Well, of course, the co-worker thought, I better check this out. And he looked through the device and found loads of awful images of the young variety. I think that's the best way of saying it without being totally demonetised. I probably already am. So yeah, a cyber forensics expert inadvertently handed in his cache of material and got caught. Yeah. Officers seized Nash's mobile phone and a total of 35 other electronic devices and found 1,123 pictures. Some, I'm not going to say that. Very young. Plus others featured. No, we're not going to talk about that either. Awful stuff. They found him awful stuff, and he got sentenced to 15 months in jail. He should have got 15 years in jail. Sentencing him, the judge slammed his crimes as truly horrific. Again, here he is with his partner, Stephanie Hitchin, who's a fucking idiot. Kick his sorry arse to the curb because he's a dirty bastard. Simple as that. But yeah, he was working for MD5 Limited, a digital forensics company who provides virtual forensic computing software to law enforcement agencies. Oh man, that's bad. That's just the baddest of the bad, isn't it? He's a poacher turned gamekeeper, I guess you'd call it. When quizzed, Nash, who lives in a £540,000 house in Congleton in Cheshire, you can look him up, claims he only took interest in young folk for a brief time in 2013 when his marriage was on the rocks. Really? But officers found a poem he'd written back in 2006 in which he confessed his desires for that kind of thing. He pled guilty and got that. He's also got a 10-year sexual harm prevention order and put on the sexual offenders register for 10 years. Again, That's the right kind of stupid. I like that kind of stupid because he got found out. And that was that was heard at Chester Crown Court. There you go. But he should have got longer because these people perpetuate the abuse, and you know, should have got a lot longer. A lot longer. And what else have we got? I think we could. I think we could just go to the animal store. I'm just checking to see if there's any. Yeah, I've got 2 animal stories. In fact, wait a minute. I've actually got 3 animal stories. Blimey, a bonus. Right, the first animal story. It's kind of an animal story. But this is about. Come on, here we go. This is about Paul O'Grady. Yeah, his last program is coming up, and it's a TV documentary about elephants. And there's an advert. Can you believe it? An advert for Oxo. That's good. This is a 20-second clip I'm showing, and we've got a massive advert for Oxo. I just wanted to show the clip of Paul O'Grady with some elephants. That's all. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah. God blimey, this is really not going well. It's having a right old time playing the advert. How long is this advert? It's funny because there's not been too many ads on the Daily Mail recently, but that Oxo one, it's a bit of a long one. So yeah, here is Paul O'Grady with the elephants, and it's crapping out again. Oh, he gets hit by an elephant's ear. There we go. So so that's something to look forward to. It's too crappy. It's too crappy. It's called Paul O'Grady's Great Elephant Adventure, which he was working on shortly before he died. It's coming up to the anniversary. The documentary was filmed across Thailand and Laos in December 2022, and it's going to be shown in 2 parts over Easter on ITV. And yeah, I have to catch that one. But we do have other animals. We do have other animal stories. Firstly, we're going to go to Katmai National Park in Alaska. And it's a picture of 2 sibling bears having a bit of a tussle. Look at that. Yeah, they were wrestling in a freshwater stream at the Katmai National Park in Alaska. They're like little people, aren't they? Whee! What some great footage. And that's Taylor Albright who captured the snaps. Not very often we see the photographer. There we go. Fantastic stuff. And we have a 1 in a million photograph here. This is Terry Wright. He was in the coastal town of Fishguard in Wales earlier in the month when he caught this. And this is a 1 in a million white magpie. Look at that. There's a regular magpie and there's a white magpie, which are very hard to see. And in here he is with his dog. Here's the photographer. We get to see the photographer twice. So there you go. A rare magpie for you. And here's another picture of him. Here we go. He's got a condition called leucism. And there he is with some more magpies. And again, leucism isn't like albinoism. Albinoism is where they lack pigment. This is where it's like kind of opposite. I think that's how it works. I didn't know what it was once. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody in the chat. We had enough of the cute animal pictures. haven't we? Let's see if I haven't scared everyone off. Let's see. 7 people in, 4 likes. Okay, we can work with that. Grant's in. He said, Cameron, Bullingdon Club. Burn £50 notes in front of a homeless person. Rah, rah, rah. Well, absolutely. Why not? If you've got 50 quid and there's a homeless person, why not burn a £50 note in front of them? They're only going to spend it on drugs or alcohol, aren't they? So you might as well have a bit of fun. You never know. The homeless person might have a sense of humour. They might find it funny. See? It might brighten their day up. They might have been feeling a little bit glum. And Cameron and maybe Bojo were there burning £50 notes. And he went, oh, you wags. Oh, you wags, you've cheered me right up, you have, you lads. You lads, you've cheered me right up. So you've got to think of the silver lining, Grant. Runs in. He says, hi there. Hope all is well. Yeah, ticking along. And Bondi says, everyone, open your wallets for the next Who tour as Pete's reporting down to his last 100 million. I'm sure that's because of those box sets that they tried to flog, which they've had to sell at well over half price because nobody wanted to spend 260 quid on a box set. Dr. Oz is in. He says, hi Darren, I'm in. Good. And Hetty's in and says, bless you. Yeah, thanks for that. It just caught me. I just managed to get in there. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was the news again. Went on a bit too long today, but there you go. And yeah, we'll do this all again soon. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Killing it. One video at a time. You know, you got to drink out. Oh, ta-ta.